Welcome, guys. Welcome to the Financial Conversation with Donnell. My name is Donnell Lovely, and here with another episode. In this episode, guys, we actually going to be talking about taxes. We actually talked about some credit stuff last week. We want to actually talk about taxes. So one of the things that we want to be talking about is different type of tax laws that we're going to be having in the upcoming year, and why it's important for tax professionals and tax people to be seasoned and experienced, because the tax law changes over and over. So a lot of times we want to make sure we keep ourselves abreast on the new changes, new laws. And the reason we do this in the summertime, because you see a lot of your tax professionals, they kind of disappear in the summer, right? After the season's over, we take a break. But we actually start going and get educated. We get educated. We go to conferences, we go to events. We actually get ourselves together, get our team together, know a lot of the things that we have to do. So this week here, I'm absolutely welcome to Atlanta, the Association of Black Tax Professionals National Conference. This is our inaugural conference that we're actually doing, and I have the founder of the event right here, Ms. Shonda Love. How you doing, Shonda?
I'm doing great.
Good. So just tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your background, and how do you start the organization?
Thanks first and foremost, Donnell, for actually inviting me over to your podcast. Again, I love Atlanta, and what other way to celebrate our first National Tax Conference than in a city that, support our community.
Absolutely.
ABTP was established in 2019, and so we established this platform with tax and accounting professionals in mind, right? We know that this particular industry is ever changing, right? You have so many people that want to tap into it, but sometimes are just clueless in regards to how to go about doing it, what they need to get started. And so I felt compelled to start a organization, a community, a Facebook community that you definitely are part of, one of the founding members, of course, to actually help along the way with people who are looking for mentorship or looking for coaches to help them scale their business. One thing I can definitely say that in this industry, we know across the board there are so many components as in regards to the tax industry, the finance industry, as I would say. Right. But more importantly, I think that this industry is moving rapidly. This association is growing rapidly because we have people that are in place who want to turn back and help someone else cross over. So I think that pretty much entails overall ABTP.
Good. So let's tell us about your background. What are you doing? What's your background, and a little bit about yourself?
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Donnell. I guess you said I had enough talking about for ABTP. Let us find more about you, Shonda, right? Yeah. Well, just my background overall, I have an extensive background in legal specialization. Okay. I have a bachelor's degree in legal specialization. So that was my more so my career of choice. And then I tapped into the tax industry. I've been over in the tax industry for over 10 years, I would say. I'm married, 2 kids. Good. And so right now also am a licensed insurance agent. I have my own agency. Gotcha. Again, we're looking to expand in so many areas. I mean, I'm a serial entrepreneur, if you want to call it, multiple business. We have a trucking business, you name it. I think what brings us all together is the tax industry, but we love making, multiple streams of income.
Listen, this is another episode where we got this powerful woman coming on, giving us some gains in multiple industries, man, because it's always about multiple streams of income, right?
Absolutely.
Not using your vehicle, which is the tax industry, to fund other businesses.
Absolutely.
Right? So, we as professionals always try to figure out different ways to service and help individuals, right? But, we don't understand how to be able to leverage that aspect, right? So glad to say that you was able to still stay in the financial industry and still be able to have your life insurance, have the trucking things, because a lot of people, they looking for different ways, right? They're looking for different avenues to get into. So let's talk about the taxes thing, right? So you said you have your own business, your own agency. So what is some of the things that you see that your clients or anybody that's not in the tax industry have one of the biggest problems that, that you can see that, hey, a lot of times, taxpayers fail to do this and they get caught up with the IRS. What is that?
Great question. So I'm going to talk more so on the tax preparers and also the taxpayers.
Gotcha.
So with tax preparers, we see a lot of individuals, they have this great idea, great concept to want to start a tax business, but they are not setting up the correct standard operating process and procedures.
Wow.
That's what caused them to open their doors and have to close.
Yeah, so explain what that is. Explain, you just said some big words, right? So explain us for common folks what's that standard operating procedure? What is that? Because we common, so explain that.
Okay, so basically what that is. It's just understanding overall. You know, I believe I'm gonna just scale back some. I believe in, you know, writing down your vision and making it plain. Having a business plan, you know, in mind, setting goals, whether it's 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, right?
Right.
Also structuring your business. We know a lot of people who operate business that's not even structured. They don't have an EIN number, LLC, business. I mean, the list goes on.
Gotcha.
You know, but also to understanding like what your business consists of, what it's going to take to operate it. Because I believe, yes, sometimes you have to, you know, pull up your sleeves and, you know, dig in the trenches, but you ultimately want to make sure that you set up your business where ultimately you're not there all the time. Because if you're trying to operate a business and run it, I mean, inside and trying to operate a business, but you're in it, managing and running it, then you don't really have a lucrative business. You have to put yourself in a place where you have to duplicate yourself.
Absolutely.
You know,
Now,
and
go
ahead.
I'm sorry. That's
No,
a
you're
powerful.
fine.
That's a powerful point. She giving the jewels, right? She giving the jewels. But that's a powerful point. And one of the things that I talk about, you know, we have the book club and I read a lot.
Yes.
And the model that I always talk about with the standard operating procedure is McDonald's, right?
Right.
So with McDonald's, they set up where a 16-year-old can actually go and do that, right?
Right.
So if we talk a little bit about you know, setting up the business so that anybody can come in there and be duplicated, what does that process look like for the preparer that's actually trying to, you know, duplicate themselves and things like that? What does that look like?
Well, that's great. So I would say more so as a preparer trying to duplicate themselves, they're coming in first year, second year. My recommendation is to really get some coaching and mentoring, right? Sometimes people feel like, oh, she can do it, I can do it. I'm gonna go ahead and get an EFIN number and start a business, and then you're looking like, whoa, I didn't open up a whole arena, right? My suggestion is get under a mentor, get under coaching, learn the industry, educate yourself, invest into yourself, take courses. You know, Donnell Lovely offers so many courses. I'm just putting them out there because it's, I mean, you know, I mean, it's true. But in order for you to duplicate yourself, one thing you have to keep in mind is that you yourself have to be transparent. You yourself have to know how to learn to delegate, right? So if you're a tax preparer, or I would say tax professional in the tax industry and have your tax business, your number one thing is that you want to make sure you develop and create a team to ultimately set goals, so therefore your business is still operational even if you're not inside of your office.
That's a bar right there, you know. That's a bar right there. So let's talk about business owners, right? It's the same concept when you're talking about tax professional or any other business, right? So what things that you think that the business owners can do that's watching this podcast say, hey, I'm starting a business. What operating procedures can I start with to be able to start delegating my tasks to my business? What does that look like?
Oh, really great question. So ultimately, you have to really understand, you know, first and foremost, the industry that you in, right? You know, some industries require for you to have a full step. Some of them are just operations. But what does that look like? You know, I think it really just stems from you as a person. You know, self-growth, self-accountability. You know, wanting to make sure that ultimately what you're putting together or your business module is not only that benefit you, but it also benefits, you know, your staff or your employee. How many times we know that you know, you can hire individuals and then they're still on you looking like, what happened? They didn't leave. They didn't even leave the key behind, you know? I mean, let's be honest. You know, so some people have really great in certain areas of, you know, developing business and starting it, but they are clueless in how to operate it, how to manage it, how to have none of that. It's like it's a hit and miss, you know? And it's like, whoa, but yeah, you see that a lot. And I think ultimately just really investing into yourself, networking, taking courses, taking classes, you know, and being, you know, enrolling to coaching. A lot of times people feel like, oh, every coach needs a coach.
Absolutely. That's big there, because the coaches always need coaching, right? Because you always have another level that you're trying to get to, right? Even if you're already at 6 figures, you need to get to 7 figures. If you at 7 figures, you need to get to 8 figures. Then you get 8 figures, 9 figures, 10 figures. So it's always about understanding that. And then about coaching, it's about different levels, right? You have your monetary coaching, but you have your spiritual as well, right? You have your mental. Because if you don't have neither one of those things in place, you can have all the money in the world, but you still be miserable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Did they go there?
Drop the mic, right? I love it.
So you know, you always got to be able to coaching in different areas. And I actually, you know, the last 2 years, I've been, you know, pushing that same, you know, sentiment to be able to be coaching in different areas. What is your, you know, do you have a life coach? Do you have a fitness coach? Do you have a financial coach? Do you have a business coach? Or you have a set of camaraderie people that actually work with you?
Right.
So it's just all around having that, all around goal for that. So let's talk about the conference. Like, I'm so excited about the conference that's coming in. So just tell us when the conference is and what people can do if they want to participate this weekend with the conference and everything like that. So go ahead and drop that for me.
Absolutely. We're super excited. This is ABT First National Tax Conference, going to be held here in Atlanta, Georgia, of course, at the Omni Hotel from July the 28th through the 30th. So this is going to be an epic event. It's the most awaited tax conference because so many people that are attending, for one, have never been to Atlanta. Two, have never attended a tax conference.
Wow.
Right. So I'm super excited because I was like, if they have never attended a tax conference, they have a treat in store for them, right?
Yeah.
But also to the speakers and the panelists that we selected. Of course, I know you're definitely one of the key panelists and speakers on at this conference, but we want to make sure that the individuals that grace the stage is doing what we do best in ABT. Sharing knowledge, sharing, resource, just all that information to pour back over into it. Because let's be honest, doing taxes, we pour so much into people. Sometimes we want to just sit back and just receive it, right?
Oh yeah. So just tell us some of the benefits of actually attending there. What they're going to be, what they expect from the actual event. Do they have CE courses? What topics are they trying to train on? Like all that stuff.
Absolutely. So we're definitely attending the conference. You will receive your CE courses. We are a CE provider approved through the IRS. First. Secondly, we have one bonus business tax course. A lot of us have been into the tax industry, and we, specialize in doing, personal and business, but, they're looking to tap into doing more of those high-end clients, the ones that actually are structured with the S Corp and C Corp. So we're giving that bonus tax course. And then also, too, we also have service sessions going to talk about the, Schedule C. We have, and a tax attorney is going to be there and talk about IRS audits and just the basic form of the 1040, just things that sometimes is overlooked. And then also, too, just providing just more detailed information over at the tax conference that would actually help you scale your business.
Awesome. So talk about some of the vendors and things like that.
Okay, great.
Because we want to know about some of the vendors.
So Donnell is a vendor as well, right?
Oh yeah. Talk about it.
Yes, I love it. Donnell is a vendor as well, and we have, we have a lot of vendors that have actually signed up for this, and so we wanted to, of course, we're in the tax industry, business finance, but we allowed individuals who are not really in the tax and finance industry to come and showcase their product and services.
Absolutely.
So if you want to know what more about it, who's going to be, what vendors, you just have to come and attend.
There you go. All right, guys. So good. We want to wrap this thing up. We want to thank you for attending Miss Shonda Love and the Association of Black Tax Professionals. Again, this thing is sponsored by Donnell Lovely and Lovely Financial Service. Also, Refund Tax Solution, where we actually have all your financial services need, which is taxes, insurance, credit, business. So we have all those things in the box. So stay tuned for the next. Follow me at Donnell Lovely at Instagram. Follow me at Donnell Lovely on Facebook. Also, follow me, Donnell Lovely, on YouTube, right? So thank you, Shonda, and thank you for bringing us in here when talking to us about the Association of Black Tax Professionals, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, and then I'd like to also add that if you want to join a community of Black tax professionals, you can go to our group on Facebook is Black Tax Pros with an S. You can follow us on Instagram at Black Tax Pros as well, you guys. So we look forward for you guys staying connected. Thank again for having me, Donnell, over to your podcast.
All right, thank you, guys. So with that being said, guys, you have a awesome, and we'll talk to you on the next episode. Stay tuned soon.